Hi everyone, and welcome to Jane Talks Real. It's Slayer Sunday, where I'll be talking about and reviewing all the episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in order. Today I'm going to be looking at Season 3, Episode 5, Homecoming. We begin the episode with the gang talking about the upcoming homecoming dance. Try saying that 10 times fast. Cordelia is positive she'll be homecoming queen, but Buffy says she might not go. Willow doesn't understand why, until Cordelia blurts out that Scott hasn't asked her, just as he walks up, so he feels obliged to. And she says yes, and gives him a little smooch. Angel is pacing the mansion, clearly agitated, when he hears a noise, but...
It's just me.
Buffy gives him some blood and asks how he is.
It hurts. Less.
And she reveals that she has no intention of telling anyone that he's back. She breaks the news about Scott, and it's a really well-acted, touching moment, until we get a goofy transition to Scott breaking up with her. As she stands there all mopey, Buffy is spied on by, "Hello, who's this?" ×2. They flip phone through to Professor X here, who looks oh so familiar. Hang on, BRB. Ah, he's one of those been-in-everything people. Ooh, it's Mr. Trick again! And into the credits we go. We take a trip to City Hall, where this guy, who should have 100% been Red John, meets with the mayor to explain that twin terrorist assassin dudes have been spotted in Sunnydale. The mayor is more interested in sniffing the paper, printout, and checking how clean Alan's hands are.
Alan!
He wants to know if any other weirdos show up in Sunnydale. You mean, besides you? And Alan gets right on it.
You have all my faith.
Ooh, foreshadowy. We get a look at everyone getting their yearbook pictures taken, but Oz points out that no one told Buffy, so Cordelia promises to stop by the library. In the library, Buffy and Faith are training, and Faith suggests they go to the dance together, and who the fuck is that? Cordelia is about to go into the library when she's distracted by two guys who she wants to vote for her. Buffy stops the teacher to ask for the letter of recommendation that's on Snyder's little fetch quest, but she doesn't know who she is, and Buffy realises that she's a high school no-one. She is pissed that Cordelia didn't tell her about the pictures and confronts her, and after an out-of-place argument for Cordelia's character arc, Buffy decides to run for homecoming queen. Meanwhile, Mr. Trick and his disgusting-looking lollipop hypes up a group of people. We've got Hans and Friedrich, Lyle and Candy Gorch, the former returning after his initial appearance in Bad Eggs, and Kulot of the Mequat clan, played by stunt performer Chad Stahelski. So his scene should be badass. Trick says they have two targets for the hunt in a few days, Buffy and Faith, and welcomes them all
to Slayerfest 98.
Willow and Xander are trying on outfits for the dance, and after she does his bow tie, she goes behind a screen that's set to sexy lighting, and puts on a dress that Xander calls gorgeous. Willow worries she might not be able to dance in the dress, so Xander tests it out, and then tests out her tongue, and...
That didn't just happen.
No, I mean, it did, but it didn't.
The next day, Buffy is going over her competition, but her sleeve is all weird because it's attempting to hide her cast, because Sarah Michelle Gellar broke her hand during filming. Good job Slayers heal fast. We get a callback to Dead Man's Party, where Willow mentions that a bunch of the party guests were killed by zombies. But no, fuck off, I didn't see it happen, so I'm not counting it. Cordelia comes in and steals her friends away, and Buffy is so mad she forgets how to drink properly. We get a montage of Buffy and Cordelia campaigning, intercut with the Hunters training, and wait, go back to the topless twins! Aww. Hold up, who's this guy? Buffy runs into Scott, who says he's voting for her, and Leaf Small is also voting for her.
That's funny. It sounds more made up to me.
Her and Cordelia get into another vicious argument, and we get a weird cut to Willow and Xander stressing out over different things. Willow says they need to do something about Buffy and Cordelia, so when the limo pulls up for the dance, Buffy finds herself stuck with Cordelia because everyone has ditched them. Buffy notes the corsages, but not that one of the twins is driving the limo, so when it stops, they end up stranded in the woods with an old John Kramer setup. Mr. Trick tells them what's up, and at the dance, Oz is playing a song he wrote for Willow. Faith is disgusted by Scott being with someone else, and Giles decides to prank a mopey Willow and Xander. Cordelia wants to talk to the Hunters and explain she's not Faith, but Frawley isn't in the mood to converse as Buffy knocks him back into one of his own bear traps. However, with a gun to his head, he spills the beans on the other players in the game. Faith implies that Scott has an STD in front of his new girlfriend. Man, I'm gonna miss fun Faith. And Giles can't get any sense out of Willow and Xander, who are still moping and haven't noticed that something is amiss. Buffy barricades them in a house, while Cordelia freaks out and they have another argument, which ends with Cordelia getting a weapon. I honestly don't care if I get a copyright claim for this. There is no way I can't include this clip.
That's it? Just this and a telephone. A telephone. And you didn't think that'd be helpful? No, this is better for... Oh.
We learn that the old dude is tracking the girls as Giles gets a message from them, and Kulak offers to cut Frawley's leg off to free him, but he politely declines. Buffy and Cordelia get into yet another argument where Buffy says that she just wants an identity, but Kulak bursts through the window, so they fight, and then the twins shoot a grenade or something into the house, so Buffy and Cordelia jump out the window, with Kulak failing to follow, and he gets his ass blown right up. Buffy says they need to get back to the library, and what the fuck are Lyle and Candy doing there? The old guy tracks the girls, but there's a knock at the door, and when Trick goes to answer it, he's promptly arrested.
Excuse me, anybody got a warrant here?
What did he say?
Excuse me, anybody got a warrant here?
I'm sorry, one more time please?
Excuse me, anybody got a warrant here?
Nope, I seriously can't understand what he's saying. Is he saying warrant? Woman? Every time I replay it, it sounds like something different.
Excuse me, anybody got a warrant here?
Buffy walks into the library and is attacked by Candy, so Cordelia chucks her the spatula, and what the fuck, that killed her? It looks plastic for a start, and since when has the heart been located under the boobs? Bull fucking shit on that kill. Lyle is devastated, but Cordelia gets all up in his business and yells at him, so he decides to take off again. While talking to Giles, Buffy realises that the corsages are how the twins are tracking them. And here they come! So Buffy runs past them, separating them, and lobs her tracker onto the back of one of them so they shoot each other to death. Trick is taken to the mayor where he's offered a job, and Buffy and Cordelia get to the dance in time to find out that there's a tie for Homecoming Queen, with the winners being the two other girls that campaigned. Okay, I so desperately wanted to enjoy this episode, but I feel that it didn't live up to its potential. Too much time was spent on the stupid bitchy homecoming battle and not enough was spent on the actual Slayerfest. I hate how much of season 1 Cordelia shows through in this one. She's still a bit of a queen bee sometimes, but she surpassed how she is portrayed in this episode, which makes it seem like a misplaced episode in the series. I would have tolerated it more if they began the episode with Buffy and Cordelia both deciding to run for Homecoming Queen, then had the Slayerfest introduction, then the montage, then we could have had more time dedicated to the most dangerous game, Slayer Edition. Instead, we had Buffy get information from Frawley a few seconds into the game, and it was kind of lame, especially with Lyle and Candy randomly showing up at the library with no explanation. Much more time needed to be spent making a more exciting event, which could have given Cordelia more time to develop properly, and undoing the damage the start of this episode did to her character. The scene with the mayor near the beginning of the episode was kind of pointless, because we get a great insight into the type of person he is from his end scene with Mr. Trick. Again, more time that could have been spent making the Slayerfest more substantial. I'm disappointed that Lyle showing up in a random episode and having his companion killed before running away again didn't become a running joke in the show, because once again he was very much underutilized. I did like the concept, however, and the ending where neither of them win, because this show is great at subverting expectations, and Buffy trying to find her identity outside of her job is very relatable stuff. Great potential, but time was spent in the wrong places, so I can't super love it, but still more enjoyable than the first 3 episodes of the season. We have 4 deaths for our count. 1 demon, Kulak, who fell victim to Takeshi's castle before getting blown up. 1 vampire, Candy, which bullshit that she died from that misplaced non-stake. And 2 humans, the twins, who managed to kill each other. That brings our running total to 15 humans, 1 transformation, 9 vampires, and 5 demons. So there you have it. That was Homecoming. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, it really does mean a lot. Or consider subscribing if you want more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching, I'll speak to you soon, and don't let the vampires bite.